They say that history is written by the victors, but what if there are no victors? Take, for example, the history between India and Pakistan. Ever since their separation in 1947, the two countries have been engaged in a bitter and bloody conflict over Kashmir. It has seen proxy wars, cross-border terrorism, targeted killings, and targeted attacks. And coming to the current situation, Pakistan started the war on 27th of February 2019 when they carried out a suicide attack on the CRPF convoy in Pulwama. This led to the death of 40 CRPF personnel. India retaliated 4 days later by conducting an airstrike on Jaish-e-Mohammed's biggest training camp in Balakot. This led to the dogfight between India and Pakistan. The world witnessed it, but one question that arises is why did Pakistan attack India? Why were 40 CRPF personnel killed? Hello and welcome to Gravitas Plus. Tonight we'll try and answer these questions. We'll try and decode why Pakistan attacked India. Is this latest attack part of a larger conspiracy? And what does it mean for the future of Kashmir? We've been talking about the Balakot airstrikes for 3 days now. Let's take a look at what happened there. On February 27th, a suicide bomber of Hamas rammed his car into a bus carrying Central Reserve Police Force personnel. He was driving a Mahindra Scorpio. The bus was part of a convoy. There were 78 buses carrying 2,500 CRPF men. They were on their way from Jammu to Srinagar. The attack happened around 3:15 p.m. on the Srinagar-Jammu highway near Pulwama district. How did the attack happen? The driver pretended to be a civilian. He merged with the convoy and drove past several security checkpoints before ramming into the bus. 40 CRPF personnel were killed, 14 others injured. The attack claimed the lives of 9 civilians and left 36 others injured. The suicide bomber was also killed. This attack was claimed by a group called Jaish-Mohammed. Its leader is Masood Azhar. He's currently on the United Nations Security Council terror blacklist. Jaish-Mohammed, or the Army of Justice, is a Sunni Islamist group founded in 2000. It aims to overthrow the government in New Delhi and establish an Islamic State in Jammu and Kashmir. What explains this hatred? Why does Jaish-Mohammed want an independent Islamic State in Jammu and Kashmir? You have to go back to history for the answer. In 1947, when India got its independence from British rule, the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir had the option to either join India or Pakistan, or remain independent. Maharaja Hari Singh of Jammu and Kashmir signed the Instrument of Accession on October 27, 1947. The next day, on October 28th, Indian troops were deployed to secure Jammu and Kashmir. That was the beginning of the end for Pakistan's claim on Kashmir. Pakistan doesn't accept this. It says Jammu and Kashmir's accession to India is illegal, that it violates the United Nations Security Council resolutions. Let me quote what Pakistan Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said during an interview to BBC Urdu. This is what he said. It was not India, but Pakistan, which came into being as a result of the UN resolution. If the UN resolutions can be violated in Jammu and Kashmir, then where else in the world would they be implemented? Well, that's a very interesting argument. But the fact is, India and Pakistan have been on opposing sides ever since they were formed. Kashmir became a flashpoint soon after the partition. In 1947, Pakistan made 3 attempts to infiltrate Jammu and Kashmir. In 1948, the Indian Army thwarted them. That year, a ceasefire was established. The United Nations took note of the matter. The UN's Security Council passed a series of resolutions. It called for a plebiscite in Jammu and Kashmir, but it never happened. Why don't we talk about Pakistan's role here? Post-independence, Pakistan's founder Muhammad Ali Jinnah wanted to make Islamabad the capital of a greater Pakistan. And this included parts of Indian states like Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Sindh, and Balochistan. Basically, Jinnah wanted to redraw the map of India and Pakistan. His vision of Pakistan, as he told the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan on August 11, 1947, included areas that were ethnically or religiously homogeneous. Now, that's a very interesting argument. It's basically based on religious demographics. Let me tell you what he said. Pakistan is to be a state in which the constituent units will be autonomous, and the only purpose of the central legislature will be to deal with the defense, foreign affairs, and a few other matters which it may be necessary for it to deal with. What Jinnah wanted was a homogeneous Muslim state. To achieve this, Pakistan needed Jammu and Kashmir. But India refused to give up the state. So we come to where we are today, 7 decades of animosity, proxy wars, cross-border terrorism, and targeted killings. The Pathankot attack of 2016, the Uri attack of 2016, the Pulwama attack of 2019. All of these attacks were aimed at creating unrest in Jammu and Kashmir. They were aimed at turning the public sentiment in favor of Pakistan. But India retaliated. And the surgical strike across the line of control in 2016 and the Balakot airstrike in 2019 were a message to Pakistan. They were aimed at telling Pakistan that India can strike deep inside its territory. Last year, India revoked the special status of Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370. This made things worse. Pakistan increased cross-border terrorism. According to data compiled by the Jammu and Kashmir Police, 400 terrorists are active in the Kashmir Valley. These include 185 foreign terrorists. Most of them are affiliated with Jaish-Mohammed. This data was presented before the Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly. The Assembly was told that in 2018, 401 terrorist incidents were reported. There were 554 in 2017 and 398 in 2016. So you see there's a pattern here. Pakistan is using terror as a tool to change the demography of Jammu and Kashmir. It wants to turn the Muslim-majority Kashmir into a battlefield. This is what Pakistan Army Chief General Kamal Javed Bajwa said recently. He said Pakistan wants to transform Kashmir into another Syria or Palestine. Listen to what he said. We want to see a free Kashmir. The people of Kashmir have rendered immense sacrifices, and the objective now is to expose Indian atrocities through all available peaceful means and to transform Kashmir into another Syria or Palestine. That's exactly what Pakistan is trying to do. But why is it doing so? You have to look at the politics in Pakistan. Imran Khan needs a bogey to stay in power. For the longest time, India was that bogey. Let me tell you who leads Pakistan's terror factories. Masood Azhar of Jaish-Mohammed is said to be close to Hafiz Saeed of Jamaat-e-Islami. Both men are believed to have met in Kabul in January 2019. Their agenda, planning terror attacks against India. And the most important thing that both men have in common is that they are on the United Nations terror list. Then we have Masood Azhar's brother, Abdul Rahman Maki. He's also on the United Nations terror blacklist. He's the frontman of Jaish-Mohammed. He raises funds for the terror group. Then comes Sajid Mir. He's also on the United Nations terror blacklist. He's an operational commander of Jaish-Mohammed. He masterminded the Mumbai attack of 26/11. Another name is Zaki-ur-Rahman Lakhvi. Once again, he's on the United Nations terror blacklist. He's also a senior member of Jaish-Mohammed. He's currently languishing in a Pakistani jail. He was sentenced to life imprisonment in the 26/11 case. These men plan, execute, and claim attacks on Indian soil. Pakistan supports them. Its army chief openly advocates Kashmir's transformation into Syria or Palestine. And its politicians like Sheikh Rashid make controversial statements like this. On Sunday, he said that Pakistan will attack India in 2022. He said that Pakistan will wage a new war against India in 2022. This is what Sheikh Rashid said. Pakistan will attack India in 2022. We have nuclear weapons, and we know how to use them. We know how to use them? How irresponsible is that? So, coming back to my first question, Why did Pakistan attack India? It uses terror as a tool to achieve its political ends. And right now, it seems Imran Khan is too scared to give up this tool,